In this episode, we welcome our brand new arrival into the garage for the first time. Oh yeah, and this here Figaro too. Let's go! In our last episode, we took a look at the interesting history of how the Nissan Figaro came to be, and then took a closer look at my personal car that recently arrived from Japan. We also laid out a basic plan to go through the Figgy and give it some much needed attention in a few key areas. So let's get to work. Although it looks clean from a distance, the Fig is filthy after sitting outside at various shipping ports for who knows how long and then getting pelted with bugs during its long ride on an open car carrier. The cure for this is a bucket load of suds and lots of elbow grease. For the suds, I used mcguire's Ultimate Wash and Wax. It works great, smells good, and makes tons of suds. So with our grit guard in place, let's make some bubbles and get to scrubbing. As you can see from this filthy water, the Fig needed a bath real bad. To dry things off, I used my old tried and true absorber, which is also a Japanese import. These things last forever and are so much faster than towels. With all that dirt out of the way, we can now get a really good look at the job ahead. Under my fluorescent shop lights, the paint looks pretty good, but to get a better idea of its condition, I like to use my LED work light and examine the reflection more closely. Yikes, look at that! This isn't unusual. Even cars that have always been lovingly hand washed can have terrible scratches and swirl marks. We can definitely make a huge improvement here. To get our Figgy's paint shining like new, I'm going to use a variety of high quality, easy to use products to get the job done. I don't have much time thanks to that tiny baby you saw earlier, so I need great results quickly. To do that, I'm going to go with products that I've trusted for years. First, we'll start with mcguire's clay kit, and from there I'll use their Ultimate Compound to really bring the paint back to life. Ultimate Compound delivered amazing results on our old 1991 Mitsubishi Galant VR4 a few years ago, so I'm sure it'll work great here. Then, as needed, we'll use mcguire's Cleaner Wax and then finish it all off with a couple coats of Ultimate Liquid Wax and Gold Class Carnauba Plus for a great shine and long-term paint protection. To apply these products, I have a variety of high-quality applicators, towels, and some old rags and socks. I find that old socks and dish towels are great for removing built-up road grime in stubborn areas, like the lower rocker panels. Their soft yet slightly abrasive texture cuts through the muck. Alright, let's get started. The mcguire's clay kit comes with their quick detailer spray, a big high-quality microfiber towel, 2 big bars of clay, and this handy storage case to keep them in good shape. I followed the instructions on the box and worked small areas at a time. If you've never used a product like this before, you'll be amazed at the look and feel of your paint after a good clay bar treatment. The clay removes impurities from your paint while smoothing it, leaving a slick, clean surface that's ready for waxing. One handy tip I learned years ago is that it's often easier to remove little obstacles like these windshield sprayers. They easily pop out and make waxing a breeze. Plus, there's usually a bunch of filth stuck around them. Speaking of removing things, the wiper arms were blocking a good portion of the cowl, so getting them out of the way makes waxing easier too. Also, since the paint has faded on these, it's a great time to freshen them up, and we'll do that a bit later. Oh, and be sure to note which arm belongs where. They usually have some sort of marking on them like these. Next, I'm removing this vent to make waxing easier in that area, and the vent will be easier to polish off the car. Oh no. I'll be right back. Alright, where were we? Oh yeah, let's use a little of the ultimate compound on this dull, oxidized vent piece. After just one pass, check out that shine. Now let's do the same on the hood, this time applying the ultimate compound with a buffer. Check out how the compound completely removed the dull, stained area under the washer squirters. I repeated the process of applying the clay bar followed by the ultimate compound on every panel until it was time for a final coat of ultimate liquid wax. As I worked my way around the car, I took a few breaks and worked on some of the smaller items that needed attention. The Figaro is loaded with cool chrome details, like this license plate surround that had become dirty and dull. I used mcguire's cleaner wax to make this piece look like new again. I continued working my way around the Fig, paying close attention to the trim pieces while applying the final coats of wax. As I worked, the excellent results were motivating and made the job go by much faster. This is the best part of detailing your car. The end result is always worth the effort. Next, I snapped the vent piece back in place, which now was a great complement to the shiny hood. With all of the buffing, waxing, and trim detail complete, I took a moment to admire the results. The difference is amazing. The lapis gray color looks so much deeper now, and the rejuvenated chrome trim adds great shine everywhere you look. But we're not done yet. Remember those faded wiper arms? Before painting them, I cleaned them with prep spray and then gave them that perfect black satin finish with my favorite paint, Duplicolor Low Gloss Black. Oh yeah, much better. Let's bolt them on. Yes, dude! Now it's time to give the interior the same love and attention that we gave the exterior. I started by removing the original floor mats. These are rare and very cool, but really dirty. I'm going to try to scrub them later on, but I think they'll need re-dyed in order to look good again. Part of the fun of doing a deep clean like this are the strange and awesome discoveries that await. For example, in the passenger side door, I found this packet. I hoped it was something cool, and it sure was. Inside was a treasure trove of original documentation. You all know me, I love stuff like this. Inside were dealer papers from when the car was purchased new, the original owner's manual, the convertible top manual, the stereo manual, tons of service records, and more. I felt like I'd struck gold. I couldn't wait to open the owner's manual. Oh, please have some of those awesome Japanese manual illustrations I love so much. Yes! God, I love these things. It's hard to pick my favorite one, but I think this is it. Who knew the Figaro Owner's Manual would offer useful parenting tips as well? Alright, back to work. Next, it was time to unbolt and remove the seats. Ew. The carpet is dingy, but I think we can get all those stains out. Whenever I deep clean a car like this, I always remove the carpet. I just find it much easier to clean that way. First, we need to remove the hardware, trim, and center console that holds it in place. Take your time as you do this. There are often some hidden screws here and there. Uh-oh, I think that's an old parking ticket. That's not all that's in here. Let's see, food crumbs, hair, more hair. Whoa, that's a Goyaku Koka. At 500, it's the largest coin denomination of the yen, which works out to about $5 US at the current exchange rate. Cool. In order to get the carpet out, the stereo and then underdash plastic has to be removed. This factory stereo is surprisingly heavy. You know, as much as I love this little Mitsubishi talking box, I'm afraid it's gonna have to go. So I'll pull that off of there, and we'll have to get this thing off of here. I liked hearing it speak to me in Japanese, but it stuck out like a sore thumb in the Figaro's classic retro-themed interior. I carefully removed the bracket and its gooey adhesive, being careful not to damage the stereo in any way. Now we can finally get that carpet out of there. It's not too bad under here, just needs scrubbed a bit. Jackpot! More yen! With the carpet outside, I vacuumed it thoroughly and then pressure washed it. It took a few rounds of scrubbing and washing to get those stubborn stains out. With the carpet hanging out in the hot summer sun to dry, I went back to work on the interior. To help visibility and air circulation, I transformed the Fig into convertible mode. I started inside by vacuuming up all of the debris that had found its way onto the metal floorboards. To make cleanup easier, I removed the parking brake assembly and set it to the side. Okay, I've showed you a bunch of great car detailing products in this video. This next one may surprise you if you haven't heard of it before. Yes, it's good old-fashioned Scrubbing Bubbles bathroom cleaner. I learned about this magical stuff many years ago, and as you'll see, I'm not sure there's anything it can't do. I started by spraying it all over the floorboards and then using a brush to work into all the crevices. Crevices. I'd rather say crevasses. Can we do crevasses?
Yeah, we could do that.
Alright, great. Here's one of the 3 full-size towels that I used to wipe up the floorboards. This thing was bright white when I started. Yuck! I tell ya, the Scrubbing Bubbles did a number on this filth and made the floor look like new. To make sure everything was completely dry in there, I let the fan run on full blast for a few hours. So here's what the garage looks like at the moment. I've got the various interior pieces laid out, waiting for their scrubbing. But first we're working on cleaning the back seat and rear shelf area. Included in that is this ugly stained back seat, which seems common in old Figaros I've seen. Boom! Like new after just one application of, you guessed it, Scrubbing Bubbles. That and a variety of brushes and cloths that I used throughout the interior work. With that area looking like new again, it's time to move up front. First up is the steering wheel, which wiped perfectly clean with another dose of Scrubbing Bubbles. How about this dirty keyhole? The Scrubbing Bubbles do it again. Wow, like new. Next was a job that I was dreading. My Figaro, like every other Figaro on Earth, had the infamous sticky panel syndrome. Over the years, the sun's rays caused the interior plastics to release a sticky film that is extremely difficult to remove. Plus it traps dust and pubes and stuff in its goo, creating an awful mess on the Fig's lovely vanilla interior panels. It's like this all the way across, all up through here. All down this way. Ugh. I tried a few good strong cleaners that I had on hand and none of them even touched this stuff. In fact, they made it worse. Well, thanks to the Figaro Owners Club forums, I learned about soda crystals. I'd never heard of soda crystals, but you just mix them with some warm water in a spray bottle, wear good skin and eye protection, spray some onto a rag, scrub a small affected area vigorously, and zappo, that horrible sticky panel goo disappears like magic. I couldn't believe it. This stuff was amazing. Just look at the difference. Not only did it remove the goo, but it restored the plastics back to their bright, clean, original color. For the ceiling and pillar panels, I removed the seat belts for maximum scrubbification. After a couple days drying in the sun, the carpet was ready to go back in. It would have been ideal to give it a proper dye job to bring it back to full glory, but I'm happy with how it turned out for now. And it smells about 1,000% better. With that in place, it's time for the rest of the now sparkling clean and fully disinfected interior parts to go back in. Thank you once again, Scrubbing Bubbles.
Scrubbing Bubbles. Scrubbing Bubbles.
Hey, I think we got this shifter pretty clean. Nope. Button funk. Yeah. Well, with that cleaned up, now it can go back into the Fig's sparkling interior. Now for the seats. The Figgy seats are a major focal point in the car. They're big, comfy, full-size seats in a pretty tiny car, so they really stand out. And especially so if they're filthy. Now I wouldn't use a cleaner like this on leather often, but with 25 years of ground-in grime, the scrub bubs came to the rescue once again and delivered amazing results. Video does no justice to the before and after here, but the Fig seats look like new again. Once they dried, I wrestled them back into the car. Now, about those stock floor mats. Scrubbing didn't help them much, so I called the friendly folks at the Figaro shop over in England and ordered up a set of their custom Figaro design luxury floor mats in gray. The fit is perfect and they made a dramatic difference in my Figgy's interior. I love these things. Now that everything is back in place, my final step was to wipe everything down with mcguire's rich leather cleaner, conditioner, and protectant. It works great and dries to a nice natural finish. With that done, let's take a look at how the interior turned out. I have to say, the days of scrubbing were well worth it, as it looks, feels, and smells like a completely different car in here. It was pretty dingy before, but now with the years of dirt gone, it's a truly inviting place to spend time. Thank you for watching, and thank you to the Nissan Figaro Owners Club for their help and excellent resources online. Also be sure to check out my Facebook page for updates and other fun stuff too. In the next installment, we'll give the Fig a complete mechanical inspection to see exactly what repairs and maintenance items are needed, and then get to work fixing them. So with that said, thanks again folks. We'll see you next time.